I would say there's three types of trader. There's the day trader, there's the swing trader, and there's the one that doesn't want to do any day trading and wants to make income every single month by doing the bigger time frames. It may be someone who's, a lifestyle trader, someone that wants to travel the world and still participate in the markets. We're going to look at, on this video, we're going to look at how I set up every month to become sort of a lifestyle trader. I am a day trader. I'm here day trading every morning. But how I set up for my students, because there's a lot of people, our students that are actually lifestyle type traders. They don't really want to be day trading the markets. They want to be looking for swing trades and make income every single month. As a day trader and a swing trader, we're all trying to get to the same point every month, and that is with a nice pot of money that we made from that previous month. But we do it a different way. We're fast and furious day traders. We're getting into trades, we're out of trades, we're making profits, we're getting stopped out. But the swing trader, the one that's more relaxed, is like this. This is how I set up my sort of lifestyle positions that I'm trading the markets. Every single month I get into a routine. At the start of the month, there is a brand new candlestick. Now, I've got the chart here, and this is crude oil. We'll look at some others in a second. And this is on the monthly. So each one of these candlesticks is 1 month worth of trading. All right. Now, you might be saying, well, that's really slow, that's boring, but we can't have it all our own way. Markets the candlesticks on a monthly, you can see it hardly moving. And this is crude oil, which is so volatile here, but you can see it's hardly moving. Now, if it was a 1 minute chart, it would be moving up and down quite volatile. But if we add the average true range indicator down below here, it says 1,300 points. So on average, over the last 14 months of a 14 look back period, you're making about 1,300 points per candlestick. Well, it certainly is as I do this reading, okay? So 1,300 points. Are you making that amount of money as a day trader? If you're not, then you may want to consider, or amount of points as a day trader, you may want to consider just going up a time frame, because that takes out, a lot of the checking the charts every 2 minutes, being tied down to the day trading time frames. Every month I'm looking to see what's going to happen next, okay? Now let me show you what I'm thinking about here. Let me show you an example that I'm looking for next month. So if I look at the chart here of Tesla, I do the scan, I look for my strategies. Of course, you have your own trading strategies. I look for it on a monthly time frame. So we've still got most of the month to go here for this candlestick, but I would put this in my watch list for next month. So this here is giving us a red arrow, okay? That red arrow is one of my strategies saying that the next candlestick could be down. Now, I'm not really looking at the overall trend here because I just want one candlestick. I just want to trade one candlestick, if that makes sense. Because this is saying that the next candlestick is going to go down. Now, if that is 7,000 points here, $70 here, with this particular market, then that is a really big move, guys. So what I would do with this, I would then use what we call the trigger. The bigger time frame is what I do at the start. And you only have to do this once or twice every month. So you start the month with your scanning, looking for these types of setups for one candlestick. Just like this one here. You see this here at that red arrow? And then the next month it went down. Well, it went down from 299 all the way down to 275. Okay, it's a big move for this market. So what I would do to get in is called the trigger. So my trigger on this would be, when we use the color method here at Trading College, of course, because we're looking and making trading a lot easier than it should be. So what I would say, and it needs to get to the end of the month. So the end of the month is going to be about here. Well, not about, it's going to be there, guys, all right? So right here is going to be the end of the month. So what I'm looking for is this month here for it to be red and down. All right, so once it gets to here, that signal on the monthly, and it's important that you take the confirmation on the monthly. Once it gets to the end of the month, I'm looking, and it's not at the end of the month, but I'm looking for then it to go down, all right? So I right click, I put that in my watch list. Now, here's a live example of what we're all in here for the month of May, okay? This is the pound New Zealand dollar. Now we're looking for short trades for this month. All right, so we got the signal here to short. So we're looking for a move down to this area here for May, okay, down to this area here. Now the average true range on this, it's not that much. Well, it is, guys. It's 600 pips. So the potential is around 500 to 600 points for this month. Can you see what I mean? If you're trying to day trade and you're only getting 10 points here, 10 points there, trading FX, 20 points here, you may as well try and maximize a big move every single month because we're all trying to get to the same point at the end of the month, which is 500 points profit. All right, and an X amount of pounds or dollars. So you get the signal on the monthly. I want to see this come down. We go down now to the trigger. And here for this month has been our triggers. You know, we've had red candlesticks, break a trend line, selling it from 23 all the way down to where it's trading now. I could be on the golf course for the whole of May and come back and check it for 10 minutes and it's still red and it's still looking like it wants to go down. Of course, I'm going to be putting stop losses in. I'm going to be putting profit targets in. I'm going to be managing the trade. But the principle is I'm after one candle. One candle. I don't care about the trend. Of course, I care about support and resistance. Let's look at oil, what I'm looking at for next month. Now, the NYMEX crude oil has been very bullish, okay? It's up at 1,300 points per month on average on the average true range. Now, we've had this lovely buy signal. Now we're coming down to what we call our tracks. Now, I've got $84 marked out here for oil for June. All right. So if it comes down here, this candlestick's still live. It's May's candlestick. It's still trading. So we could get all the way down here. Now, once this closes, we're going to get a new candlestick, the June candlestick. All right. So what I do then is I want to go over. Once that confirms that signal, what I'm looking at, I will then go down to my trigger. This is the daily chart. When it turns green, I'll buy it. All right, now it's obviously going to, I'm looking for it down at 84. So if we can get this line here, if we get down to this line, then this is an area I'm going to start looking to buy it. Now I could be on the beach, I could be lifestyle trading here, I could be, you know, on the golf course, I could be doing whatever in my life. All I've got to do is check it once a day. Monthly, daily, monthly, daily, all right? There's so many examples, guys. Here was an absolute cracker for last month, okay? And we had the red arrow. That was saying that the next candlestick is likely to go down. Wait for the trigger. Wait, like this one here, green arrow, wait for the trigger. The next month's going to go up and we got to move up. So dollar CAD here, we got the arrow. So what I did then is trading at 139, 140. Here is all of the move up for March, okay? And we get in then to the April candlestick. We're in the April, we get the red to sell, we break this trend line. I could draw that a little bit better there. We break trend line, we break the trend structure, we get through this area here, and we sell off all the way down to support. We want to use our support areas for profit targets as well, okay? So this month was a down month. And you can see that this allows everyone to be able to trade whether they're working or got a, you know, as I said, I keep saying lifestyle, but it's entirely however you want to trade the markets. Here's another one. This is the Aussie New Zealand, in fact, also the same as the pound New Zealand. We've been looking for shorts. It's come off this high, with big divergences here. What would we do? This is the daily time frame. Why was we looking for it to go down? Because we'd come into a major monthly trend line. It overlapped. They overlapped each other, and you could see there's some Fibonacci work up there. We're extended. This is only 220 point move on average per month. But 200, are you making 220 points on your FX pairs per month, okay? Because the opportunity here is great. This could have a very nice move all the way down to our support areas right in here. So slowing it down, enjoying your life, but still trading the markets is something that you should consider maybe. Especially if you feel like day trading isn't for you. Here's Bitcoin on the monthly chart. Double trend predictor arrows here on Bitcoin. I mean, we're looking at severe severe average true range. I mean, it's a massive move of Bitcoin. So I'm looking for a trigger now to get short. And as I check my daily timeframes here for this month, because it's due to happen in May, I do not have a red signal here at all yet, guys. Okay, so I want to see this break that trend line. I want to see it get through here. I want to see it turn red. And where will I target? I'm going to target this area down here to start with, and then when it turns back to green on our pro trading system. So we've got a plan for that. We're building our watch list for the big blue whale trades. I call them blue whale trades because you get about 7 of them every month, and you can choose which one you want. You could trade 3 of them. You could trade all 7 of them if you want to. Now, the question I get from a lot of people is, well, you know, I'm tying up, what contract should I use in my brokerage account? I'm tying up lots of leverage, okay? That is definitely true. Now, you can do the next quarter. So if you're spread betting in the UK, you can do the next business quarter. You don't need to trade a daily funded bet because that's going to get really expensive. What I would do is, if I was looking for this next maybe month, 2 months of the price to go down, then I would go to the next business quarter contract that you can get in your broker. The reason for that is all the fees are inbuilt in that price. The spread will be a little bit wider, and so you don't have to pay overnight charges. Okay, if you're doing a daily roll-in bet, then the charges, you're going to get charged every single evening. Check with your broker on their charges, guys, because you will be alarmed how much money they take from you if you are doing a daily, overnight, daily funded bet, daily funded trade, and you're holding it for 6 or 7 weeks. Okay, it could get very expensive. So always consider doing the next quarter or the next business quarter, however the broker is set up. So structure is really important for this lifestyle trading. Start the month with the setup. Okay, then throughout the month you just check in to see if there's a trigger on the smaller time frame. If you want, you can go down to the 4 hour. If you want, you can use the daily. But you need distance between monthly and the next time frame where your trigger is, because you don't want to be really using a monthly and a daily, a monthly and a weekly. I would use a monthly and a daily, or a monthly and a weekly. All right. Now, look, that starts every single month with the same procedure. We do it in our Scan Club every month. I do it for my students. We've got hundreds and hundreds of students in there, and I'm doing it for them every single month. But let's say, you know, there's been no triggers, and there's always triggers. But let's say there's been no triggers for these last 10 days. Well, okay, that's trading. You've got to be patient. But what you could do, you could speed it up a little bit. Instead of using your monthly as your base time frame, what you could use is the weekly time frame. So you drop down, and now you're looking every week. So the start of every week, we do this Monday night, 7 p.m. at Scan Club. We're looking what's going to happen for this next candlestick. So we're green on Pro Trend System. The next week, we're looking for it to go up. The next week, we're looking for it to go up. Next week, we're looking for it to go up. Now, people have got jobs and working. They can literally just do it from a weekly chart. Now, with a weekly time frame, we still got to go down to what we call the trigger time frame. So I would use something like the 4 hour chart here. Every time it's turning green, I'm buying it on the 4 hour time frame. All right. So your base time frame with that is weekly. Now, what this is so good for people is they get structured, they get into a routine, they don't get faked out of trades and don't have the panic of day trading. They're using this process of monthly and then maybe weekly. And then all they're looking for is triggers, setting targets and setting stops. And as I said at the start of this video, this could be used as lifestyle trading now we're coming into the summer months, all right? So consider it, guys. You know, if you've tried day trading and you've not been able to make a profit, it doesn't mean you're a bad trader or a bad person. You know, you just struggled with your day trading. It doesn't suit your personality style. So slow it down, jump up time frames, and then be more structured with your trading, guys. All right, I hope you like the video, guys. If you do like the video, give us a like, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's so many more insights around trading. Hope it helps.